11:01, here we are. We are at our third to last week of the term. So this is week 14. Next week is 15, um, which is Thanksgiving week. More on that in a minute. And then we have our final week, 16. So for this week, we're actually, as I had said in a previous video, or maybe several previous videos, that at some point in this later part in the quarter, we were probably going to double up on modes of discourse, and that's what we're going to do this week. It's not necessarily doubling the workload. We're just typically, when we do a mode of discourse, we've done a reader section and then an SCC section devoted to that same mode of discourse. But what we're going to do this week is split it up in that we're going to do one mode of discourse. That's going to be comparison and contrast. And that is going to be in our reader section in our 1101 reader. And I've given you the link for the article in case you just want to click on the article itself in this week's announcement on that link. That's fine. So we have our comparison and contrast mode of discourse. We're going to read the article Why Extroverts Fail, Introverts Flounder, and Why You Will Probably Succeed by Daniel H. Pink. This is a Washington Post article from 2013. There is a discussion forum assignment attached to this. Go ahead and look at the forum. I ask you in the forum description to answer how effective do you think Pink's comparison and contrast methods are. He's comparing, well, first he's as you would expect, defining at least in some way what an extrovert is, what an introvert is. How effective is he in comparing these categories? Okay. Comparing and contrasting these categories. Does the way in which he does this stand to reason with you all? Maybe you all, some of you are extroverts, maybe some of you are introverts. Okay, you could actually take a personality quiz to discover whether you are an extrovert or an introvert. I am an introvert. Yet for a living, I stand up in front of people and talk to them all day. So go figure. Maybe it'll help you gain some insight if you know a little bit about yourself as to whether or not you are an extrovert or introvert. Maybe that'll help you kind of dig into the Washington Post article. That is one thing you do. And then we have our final mode of discourse, which is cause and effect. Okay. Understanding causal relationships between or among people, places, policies, phenomena, however you want to qualify it there. And these are just two exercises, exercises 20 and 21. That is section 3.7 in SCC, cause and effect. So, and they're pretty self-explanatory. The cause and effect exercises for SCC. I'll pull them up real quick just to kind of go over them with you. So this is chapter 3, and it is our final mode of discourse. Well, the final one in the book is persuasion, but we already did an essay on that last quarter. So exercise 20 on cause and effect. Consider the causes and effects on the following thesis statements. List a cause and effect for each one on your own sheet of paper. The document that you turn into me. Okay. The growing childhood obesity epidemic is a result of technology. Okay. So you take that thesis. Related to that thesis, you think of a cause and an effect. Okay. So the growing childhood obesity epidemic is a result of technology. So I think what the thesis statement is saying there is that obesity, at least in some degree, is caused by technology, or that technology, or they're correlated in some way. Is it truly a cause and effect relationship? you might consider that, okay? Much of the wildlife is dying because of the oil spill. The oil spill is the cause. The effect, the result of that cause is the die-off of wildlife, okay? So you have to actually do this yourself. I'm kind of stealing your thunder here. But then in exercise 21, you are given topics, okay, broad topics. And then you kind of do the inverse of what you did in 20. In 21, you're given a topic, and then you have to write thesis statements with cause and effect based on that topic. Okay, so exercise 20, you are listing a cause and effect for each one, each of the thesis statements that are provided for you. And then exercise 21, you're given the topic, and you have to make a thesis statement inspired by that topic that has a cause and effect relationship. So just to go over again, 2 things this week. You have your reader assignment to do on the article link I provide in the announcement, comparing introverts and extroverts. That is a discussion forum. Remember, in the discussion forum, you have to contribute an original post of your own, and you have to reply to at least one other classmate's contribution in order to receive full credit. And then your cause and effect, SEC 3.7, exercises 20 and 21 there. Thanksgiving is next week. I'm not going to have much for us to do, but I need to have something for us to do. So I'll probably have a journal, which will be required, and a blog, which is always voluntary. Extra points on your MLA research essay revision. But nothing else. Nothing hard-hitting other than a journal and a blog next week. And then the following week after that is going to be our final week. On that week, your MLA research essay that you did at the conclusion of last quarter, your argumentative, persuasive MLA research essay, a mandatory revision, just as we've done with the narrative, and I'm going to grade the descriptive revisions this week, and any other backlogged assignments. I'll try to get to those too. But your final revision assignment is going to be your MLA research essay revision. You must revise it. I give you half credit back. That new score on which you've been awarded half credit will then be averaged with your original score, and then that average is going to be your new final essay grade, okay? So not a heck of a lot left in the last few weeks here. And if you guys need any help or guidance or anything else in these final weeks here, do reach out to me, and I'll be happy to help you. Let's rally ourselves these last couple of weeks, guys. The end is near. We're getting into the holiday season. We're Thanksgiving. We got to buy gifts for people for Christmas. I'm no exception. I have all of this on my mind as well. Traveling, doing things with family, grading all of your work, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So busy, hectic schedules in the last part of the year here, but don't let anything slip, okay? This class is one of those things. So please do your work, be on top of it, and I wish you the best, and I'll still send you a video and announcement with a pretty easy, not asking too much of you, assignment for next week, which is Thanksgiving. But until then, I'll catch you later, and enjoy your week.